Bill, you're up. Call the meeting to order.
Oh, call the meeting to order. You want to do the pledge of allegiance?
Yes.
Go ahead,
I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call.
Mr. Andreas?
Here.
Ms. Howard? Here. Mr. Stevens?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Steinkamp?
Okay.
We have a quorum.
So we'll work on the consent agenda. I need to read the whole thing.
Just a motion and a second.
A motion. Make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? There's no citizens, so just skip down to action items.
Okay, receive and file the Polk County Sheriff Report.
We do have a new sheriff. Shane took a different shift.
So Lieutenant Grego is now, he had moved to internal affairs, so he's working days. I came from days to third watch, so I'll be the new liaison, I guess you want to call it, the city council meeting. So Andrew Hunt, been there 28 years, done a bunch of different things in the sheriff's office. So I worked third watch way back when I was a deputy, so I just started today actually on third watch, so again, so trying to get my feet wet.
Okay.
So, nothing out of the ordinary, just for the month of December, we had 80 calls up here. 36 of those were just concentrated patrol, so basically coming up and doing the time stuff. Other than that, nothing too crazy.
On your radar setup, you guys issued any tickets?
What's that, sir?
On your radar setup, did you issue any tickets?
So that doesn't show on here. I would have to go back and actually pull that, see if I can pull that up, to try to match to see what they did as far as any citations or anything that was issued for that.
Okay. Well, we're just trying to decide if you guys do issue any tickets, because we need to know if we're gonna put speed bumps on 134. You know, if you guys are issuing tickets, slowing people down, then we may not put them up.
Okay.
If we're not giving out any tickets, then we're gonna end up putting speed bumps or something going on up there to slow them down.
Okay, let me, see if I can get that information and can I have it for the next meeting, that'll be okay? Okay.
Yeah, we ain't gonna do nothing until springtime anyway, that's the only time we can do it,
Okay.
but we need to get it figured out before then. Any other questions?
That sounds good. Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
And
We appreciate the new veteran.
good luck on third shift.
Thank you.
Motion to consider resolution 2026-001.
And I need a volunteer. Katie's automatically on the committee, and I put Logan and I because we're available during the day. I need an elected official that would also attend meetings, because you once a year have to vote.
You got to go once a year?
During the day.
Yes. During the day, it's like 1, 2 o'clock?
Yeah, it's usually about 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
And you're voting to have your city in the,
No, not necessarily.
It's emergency management request, right?
Yeah, yeah.
so you're voting to have the city an active member of the emergency management?
Yes.
And then you supplement what kind of utilitarian tractors, trucks, whatever you have,
Sometimes.
so that you can intermingle, because if Ankeny gets hit and they lose all their stuff, outside cities they'd be able to look up and see that Alleman has this, and this, and you can get in there and help that community out.
One of the things
They-
we're
they
currently
actually
working
do,
on
yeah.
is eliminating the outdoor warning sirens for the whole county-wide. So that would require us voting then to opt with the group to leave the outdoor warning sirens.
Why would you get rid of that?
So they found their new,
Obsolete.
Obsolete?
Yeah, the fire departments don't really want them anymore.
Really?
Yes, they just
That's the
started,
only way I know.
over the last year or so, they've started talking about them, and Yeah,
So say you're.
So
that would be something
Already
that, that would be, an elected official would have to vote on that. Us appointed people couldn't vote on a topic like that.
Yeah.
I'll be all right.
Yes, Mr. Andreas.
Volunteer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy talk, I think.
So are they
Crazy
assuming
talk.
our phones are probably the notification system anymore?
Yes.
Is that what they're?
Yes.
I leave my phone downstairs, because guess what I'm doing? I'm sleeping.
Well,
Okay,
that's
that
not
is-
supposed to be for in your house, they're outdoor warning sirens. You're not supposed to hear it in your house.
That's one of the hottest topics that they've discussed. They're
Yeah.
also
Well, you're not
discussing
on your
things like
phone when you're on your bike.
inter cooperation agreements and things like you had mentioned, Perry. They also do things like that.
Yes.
I've gone to a few meetings where they've had multiple public works directors and we've all had kind of a round table and talked and we've, made emergency management plans and things like that. So there's a lot, it's not just that, there's a lot of different things that come about, and those are all things that have to be voted by elected
Elected
officials.
officials.
This is one of those topics you would love to be a fly on the wall and hear
Yes.
everything that they're
Yes.
considering because it's such an old, it's just a habit. Like I can't imagine not hearing sirens.
Right? 56 years, you know?
Yeah, that-
Put Mr.
that don't even
Andreas
mean
on it.
Technically speaking, if we get an alert, I can still manually activate them if we're
I need a motion to accept that.
Say what?
I need a motion.
Okay, I need a motion to consider Scott, you signing up on it? That was Scott and Andreas.
I'll make the motion.
Can I second it?
Sure.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Alright, so he's our chief elected official.
Well, actually, Bob is, but Scott, yes.
So, what's Scott then gonna be, our,
Back
So
up.
back up.
okay,
Okay, the next one on the agenda is motion to consider resolution, 2026-002. Resolution to authorize the purchase of cloud renewal for traffic logic devices.
I'll make the motion to accept that.
so that is a $7,000,
$500 for 7 years.
Yeah,
It's at a rate of $357 per
Do I
year.
have a second so that we can have this on the table?
I'll second.
Thank you.
That's what the math is up there.
I use their math.
yeah.
This is just, this is, so we can communicate with that sign that's out there?
Yeah,
That's it? That's what?
yeah, but it's for 7 years, so it's like $300 a year. I think. Well, I don't have that resolution.
Didn't we
in front
buy
of me.
the sign?
It's in those packets.
What's that? Yes,
Don't we own the sign?
we buy the sign, and so
But you can't communicate with it.
So we can, it will still store a certain amount of data we can put in, I can get some SSD drives and put in there, and I can still collect data, but it is not live data. It's all,
What did you say?
it's all after the fact. If something goes wrong with it, I don't have any customer support to walk me through fixing it. I'm pretty good at it now since a couple of things have happened, but yeah, and they'll still technically work. They're just not gonna give us the data.
So what is the number?
Well, so if it was $357 for 7 years, it'd be $24.99, so one of those isn't right.
So which one are you right?
Oh, I got it.
You have that number? I could.
Yeah,
7 years, and so it'll be,
I'm looking for that, or whatever the resolution was.
There's packets laying on the corner.
Oh.
Yeah, 10 years will be $3,500.
773. Oh my gosh, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
just-
one of it.
Just come to it.
I get it.
Yeah, I could be wrong, because this was, I sent the email out to Sherry before Christmas, so.
Which number are we thinking is correct? I had 24.
so you go to 357.
I did, now I'm gonna go the other
They do this, it's 1,071.
Oh, it's, okay, it's per sign, sorry. That's the only difference. It wasn't listed on here. It's per sign. Per sign.
$357 per sign?
Yeah. So if we do,
How many signs you got?
if we got 3, we'll have 4, 5. We'll have 5, but we'll have these ones done for 7 years. If we, for,
So this is just for the 3? or
this is
all?
this is for the 3.
Okay.
Yeah, because because I talked them into giving us, you always get 3 months free when you purchase the signs. But I talked them into giving us the year again. So we'll have a year and 3 months on these signs for free. And so, year and 3 months from when they're installed, then we'll have to do a renewal on those 2.
So we're doing 3 signs at $357?
Yeah, so it's
$120.
Yeah, so it's $357 per unit if we do the 7-year. Yeah, she's got the price.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
And they want all the money up front, you can't pay it yearly.
We can pay it yearly, we can pay it by the year, we can pay it for 2 years, we can pay it 3 years, or we can do 7 years. 7 years, we get the best deal. So instead of being
So then you have to pay the 7-year amount straight up front.
instead of being $500 a year, we're only paying $357 a year, basically.
But it's all the money up front.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're not gonna give us a deal unless they're getting something out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, their calculation tool on here is a 29% savings, so, I mean, you're basically getting a 30% discount, doing it in 7 years, it makes.
And what are we gonna do with the data?
It's the only thing that has been effective in getting the sheriff's department to patrol, at the specific times that it's needed. So, I go on there,
They rounded it.
and,
Well, we know the times, it's the school times.
well, no, not always, not always.
I'd
So
say
there's-
80% of it is
Yeah.
school times.
Yeah,
The other 20% is activity times. The rest of the time is,
Take it to 7.
the people going to work and coming home. It's kind of like, we already know what this is gonna tell us, we're just spending money so that it tells us.
well, this was told to us at the very beginning.
My public school path, served me well enough. That's less than $30 a sign a month. That's really not a huge amount. It seems shocking up front, but $30 per sign per month.
Right, it's
For
not.
life.
So this was all discussed before so the school bought these original 3 signs. The school bought the original 3 signs. 2 of them had to be installed on county roads, so I had to work with the county to get that through. Okay. One of the other signs that we have currently is gonna need to be installed on a county road. I'm already working with them on that. We're moving forward on that. But this was discussed before we bought the signs. We only get a certain amount free. And they're not just gonna give us the service. We paid for the signs, these last 2 signs. The other 3 signs we didn't pay for at all. And they're, I think, like $3,000 a piece. So, I mean, we're coming out on top either way. But getting that data and being able to have Captain Osberg is the guy that I coordinate with, and Aaron Putnam. They both have accounts. They can both see the live data, same as I can. I went down there, had a meeting with them, got them hooked up with it. They can log in. And so far, it's been the only thing, because once we started this, and I was able to send out an email blast or just say, hey, did you check this? Then I started seeing more cars getting pulled over. Yeah, it's not fixing the entire problem, but something's better than nothing, right?
Well, I remember the conversations that we had about the school purchasing the initial signs. I don't remember ever having a conversation about an ongoing service fee. No, I don't care,
Yeah.
it's not a big fee.
Right,
I don't want to raise a stink about that. I just don't remember having that conversation.
it wasn't like a long drawn out conversation.
It was,
a-
they offered the service more than
It was a brief,
the cost
from-
and everything that I remember.
there's a school board member that's an officer in Polk City, and we got the same signs that they got. And he gave us the information on it. I do remember him saying that it's a service that you have to subscribe to, but I don't think he went into any detail about it. So,
You mentioned that these other people have access to the account
mhm.
and are able
I can
to
get
look in on
anybody.
it. Do they actively or only at?
Yeah, I can see when they log in, yeah.
But
I'm the
do they
administrator.
actively do it or only when they're prompted? Just
You're
curious.
trying to get me in trouble, so you're trying it's a recorded meeting, but.
I'm so curious.
Sometimes I have seen that they've gone in there and looked at the data, and other times I've had to say, hey, take a look between this date and this date because there's an issue we're having here and it needs to be addressed. Sometimes I'll just randomly, when I pick up a part and I'm driving past the county office, I'll pop in and say, hey, how you doing? I noticed this. Oh, okay, let's go over it. You know what I mean?
Has that ever been reciprocated the other way?
Yeah.
Have you ever called you and said, hey, you might want to take a look at this time of day?
Yeah, not as much as on my part. I think it's right in front of my face. I see it every day, so it's a problem I see. I think for them, and I'm not putting words in their mouth or anything. I'm not saying that they don't, they aren't effective. But if they don't see it every day, they're not going to, understand the same thing that we're understanding, the same thing we're seeing. So, there's nothing wrong with me having to say, hey, will you check this out, or this is a high area, or whatever else. I mean, that's part of my duties. That's just something that we can do. So,
We have any more discussion on it?
I think 3 years would give us the data that we needed. Things aren't gonna change that much over a 7-year period. I think with the 3 years, we would be able to get a really good grasp on what's going on and not deal with a 7-year, in my opinion.
So you're saying you want to go with a 3-year than 7?
Yeah, I think all the data we could ever get out of that would be sufficient in a 3-year period. And we would save $3,100.
Well, you still gotta buy the other 2 new ones that we're putting in, you still gotta buy a year and a half of service on them.
No, he's
No,
getting a
that's
year
already
and a
done.
half.
You get a year and a half, but we're
you're
doing
in
7.
3 months. You're in 3 months.
You're in 3 months.
Yeah, you're in 3 months for free.
So that would be a year and a half into the 3-year contract on the new 2.
Yeah, but they don't get us the last year and a half.
No,
You gotta pay for that.
but we'll be able to diagnose what's going on and see what we need to do.
I don't disagree with that at all. So how does that affect what we're being asked to vote on tonight as far as this free period expiring in the middle of the 3-year?
It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to affect my data in any way.
No,
Here's
the
what-
money. that we're-
The money?
Yeah. that we're-
Well, you're just going to have to.
Or we have to come back.
You're just gonna have to.
Just
I mean, it'd be
make
the
a
same if
motion
you
to
did.
accept it as this and say what you want.
Yeah, it'd be the same.
So
It'd be the same thing if you guys decide to do the 7-year, and we've got a year and 3 months on the new ones when they get put up. You're still gonna have another renewal for those 2 signs, but not the 3 that we're voting on tonight. So
Could they be a separate contract? Is that what?
well,
Essentially, budgetary
technically, I can talk to them and see if they can roll it. I mean, it's all under one account, so, I mean, we'll see. But there's gonna have to be some,
There are different monies
exchange.
that are gonna be activated, so I'd say it would be a separate contract.
So then again, in this 3 years, we do, after the 3 years is up, we say we do another 3 years, how do we know this ain't gonna cost us twice as much? Or we can lock in 7 years and be locked in for that price for 7 years.
But I think the information that we're gonna gather in 3 years and the difference in the 7 years, it's all gonna be the same. It's gonna be information that is repetitive.
I don't think, because I think we're.
Well, here's the thing,
we're gonna be
we
increasing
can
more.
cancel this service at any time. We don't have to keep this service.
And I'm also just curious, I mean, I know it won't truly impact us, but with that roundabout going in on the highway, is that gonna change driving patterns since we're only a couple miles?
Could push more traffic down 134th, well,
That's what I'm just wondering about the, we can't foresee the future, but I feel like we're gonna have a lot of change in the next 7 years.
I think I do the 7 years, simple reason. Go to school, the more
Right.
traffic we get, the roundabout will cause a lot of construction traffic and everything.
I don't have a personal preference on it, it's purely what you guys, how you guys want to allocate the money. It's not going to affect the way I receive the data, because once these new ones are installed, they will be activated and they will go under the same account. I'll be able to pull them up all in the same thing. So really, this is just end logistics. It's not gonna.
They do all 5 of them for this price?
We don't. Well, we're getting a year and 3 months on those, and they don't do a renewal until it's up. And you're right. It could be a different price.
you know, those
When it
ticket
comes to
costs us
that.
$3,600.
Right. Or you never know. I might be able to talk to them and say, okay, hey, we did a 7-year contract, but we want to allocate. Can we allocate a certain amount of that to these signs and drop that contract down, to 3 years on these 3, and then add,
I would like to see
a year and
working
9
where
months on
they
it.
all come up at the same time.
I can reach out to the
See if you
advisor
can prorate
and
one
see
of
if
them
I
to where
can.
all
I mean, that's
five of
just
them
me.
pop up at the same time and pay them for all at once instead of having to do 2 different ones.
Yeah, that's just me talking. I don't know if that's a possibility or not, but the worst I can do is ask.
Well, the likelihood of the price doubling or tripling or whatever after the 3-year period that Larry had suggested is pretty slim. Because they would,
Think?
yeah, because there'd be a lot of city councils around, sitting around going, yeah, do we really need this anymore? And they'd all be voting no.
Well,
Am I saying that there's not gonna be a price increase? No, not at all, I'm not saying that, but it's not gonna be shocking. It's not gonna be huge.
And it don't matter one way or the other to me, I think the information that we're gonna gather would be sufficient. When are they putting the roundabout in?
Next year,
Next year.
27.
27.
Okay.
What, 27?
Summer of 2027.
Oh, summer of 2027, there you go. You were Frenching me.
So we gotta do a roll
Not giving
call
me
on
enough
this?
information.
You ready to vote on this, or you got more discussion?
I think that'll vote
Usually we need to go to the work session, and then you do all your discussing there, and then we have time to, but we're circumventing the procedure and protocol of what we've been trying to get into a work session first, and then we can have time, because I've got like 2 days to read and compile all my information. I put a patio on the door Sunday, that day was all shot. This came Friday, I got Friday night eats. And so I got a day to compile all this information and then start to think. So work session and then council so that we have time.
So then we won't go to vote until next month.
Well, no, we can vote on it now, but I'm just saying we're circumventing procedure and protocol. We need to get back. And we've talked about this, Scott, that's the best route to take, because we don't get enough, we don't have time to, if we want to call and check on something, there's just not time. And to make educated decisions, because we're speaking for the community, we need that time. Yeah. Work session, and then.
Okay, so normally how's handled this was?
this was removed because we did not have a work session right before Christmas, and this came in right before Christmas for January renewal. Otherwise, it would have been done that way.
Well, and guess what you can do? You can put it right on the paper. what you just told us, so then we can, yes. To me, we're circumventing protocol and procedure. So,
So I guess the question becomes right now then, do we first decide if we're going with the 3-year or the 7-year and
Yeah.
then vote on it?
yeah, we can take a
I'm
supplementary vote.
Shall we just vote straight across?
You can, he can ask everybody, but you're mayor pro
What would
tem.
you like?
You asked for this, Scott.
I did. There's compelling arguments from me on both sides. I personally don't see them going completely bananas past the 3-year. Are we gonna need to continue to collect that in a 7-year time frame? You bet. Probably for the next 10 or 15 years, as everything evolves. But I think for now, we could easily get by with the 3-year term. So I would vote tonight for the 3-year term.
Barry? Oh, I'm 7.
Yeah, 3 is,
7.
so there you go. Now you can take a vote.
Roll call?
Sure.
So we're at
7 years.
7 years.
For the 3 existing.
Right.
So that's a $7,500.
Then we'll revisit it, what, here in 3 months? Or the other 2?
Maybe sooner if I can,
Well,
if I can discuss with them about maybe altering that and adding service onto the 2 that we're gonna put on, rather than keeping all of these for 7.
It'll be more like a year and a half, because when you get them,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of a volume discount, price break points or anything like that?
No, not necessarily. What you see is what I've seen. I talked to the guy via email that they don't communicate over the phone. They communicate with an email. If you can get a hold of their tech department. That's it. So.
Is there any way, Logan, you can bring up that's important to the council that we get all of our, once we get the 2 new units, that's important to us to get all of them on the same renewal schedule and see if
We can amend this
they would understand?
if he finds out that he can get all 5 on there,
Yes.
but we just need to do this tonight, just so we can keep,
Yeah, we can.
we don't lapse in.
And it'd probably be easy enough for them to break it down to a month deal to catch the other 2 up to the 7-year. The numbers are there, all you gotta do is,
Well, so if the ducks in a row, I need a specific from the council. Which would you rather? Would you rather have, them all on 7 years and including the 2 new ones, have them all on 7 years and have that come through? Or would you like me to see if we can split?
because that's gonna be $10,000 then, that we're gonna have to put into our budget for the 7-year term.
Yeah, but
Because when I
you know, we can
contact
all
them, I
7
need
years,
to
say,
be
the
specific
loan
on
will
it.
come up for another year and a half. Why can't we do a 5-year thing or with them then, or to get it caught up to where it's all even?
That's up to them.
So, just vote on this, is
Thank you for corresponding with them, Logan, and
Yeah.
giving details for us.
Lauren, Steve, I think Lauren Steinkamp. You're voting yes or no?
for 7 years.
7 years, yes.
Yes?
Bill,
Yes.
Jenny? Yes. Scott?
Yes.
Thank you, gentlemen. You council member, sorry. That's all right. Okay, our next thing on the agenda is, comments by the mayor. Last word. I don't have much. Okay.
We have an agenda for Monday. It's not set yet, but I just want to let you guys know we have a meeting Monday. The
So-
city administrator Amy will be
One
here.
thing to think about for Monday
Hey,
is,
Bill, did we do that?
Yeah,
how we want to divide the
seconded it.
There's only 11,
That's something we gotta discuss.
Receipts.
Meeting, so you-
and we had 25.
where they, so they can't cross it.
Bills.
Going north, and we can't cross
That's all
it
it's
south.
shown so far. Those are the, no,
That's something that, as far as the sewer project is, we got to work on that.
Well, and then there's
That's one of the.
Beach and Cream for 290 and Beach and Cream for 612 and we paid them 10,240.
Because those are ones that need to be paid in that list, the minutes is ones that we paid last month. Those are your hand we voted to pay. And the
Okay.
ones on the minutes are the ones that we paid last month.
So they don't match because of the previous.
Yeah.
And a lot of the Eastern Trim, like right now, you have one that says on it building permits and one that says stormwater. So the building permits comes out of the general fund and we make money on those because there's a fee for Eastern
So you got
Trim and then on the-
professional services and, okay, down there, building permits.
And the
So,
minutes, stormwater is actually coming out of the TIF money. But on the minutes, they're combined together to get one fund.
okay. So this is added to our 362 is being added to our funds, building permits.
I don't have the numbers, I can't tell you that's the exact amount.
Can I talk for, about something different?
As long as
Hey,
it's
when
not
we're
like-
gonna talk about that, having that, I don't know, whatever that was, that center speaker that's in the room that kind of picks people's voices up so you can hear better.
Yeah.
What was it?
It's
Owl?
100, 162, and 100, so three.
Yeah, we can, I mean, I can reach out to
Just put it into
Steinkamp, or not Steinkamp, Rosenboom again.
What's
He's
it cost? I mean, is that what?
well over
Okay.
$1,000.
Does it, I mean, is it-
Well over
I looked
$1,000.
at the website and I was a little surprised.
Yeah, and I still, obviously,
will we benefit
Took
from
all
it? I
this
mean,
stuff
like,
out, so I gotta
heard
figure
Bob,
out-
He's talked.
They hook into a Zoom call, so
Yeah.
we're recording on YouTube, for YouTube. And
so
there's nobody that has to be zoomed in, so.
I just have to figure out.
I'm just curious, I know we talked about it,
We
I know
could
when it
connect
was.
everything.
It seems it would be cheaper if we just went the old school pro audio type route where everybody had a microphone that went into a mixing console that went into a centralized output.
Those are also pretty.
Okay, so what, are we, hey Bob, you got any comments you wanna talk about, or?
No, other than, just listening to the meeting tonight was pretty tough, very quick to listen. Just need to keep the structure, motion, a second, discussion, and then individual people talk instead of, back and forth, back and forth. I think the hour we walked out was pretty sweet, but that's just my opinion.
We do struggle with that.
We do, we have to.
For years.
Here's the
But
concern.
yeah, it's always nice to have that brought up.
Here's my concern with that, is regardless of what we have, if it's not a single person talking, that owl, it moves to see who's talking. So if we have multiple people talking, it's just gonna,
We just need to
so that's,
take our turn, we just, I
The
mean, how many
school,
years have we all just been doing this?
the school board has microphones and you gotta click them on to speak. But they do everything in their work sessions and they do vote on things. And that's how we really run a meeting, by the, what is that little book called,
Robert's Rules.
yeah, Robert's Rule of. So we need, that would take a lot of the confusion and the conversation out, because now you're just,
Voting or what? We did already
yeah,
discussed.
because you already discussed it in a work session that you can get a little bit out of council.
Okay, so we have a motion for adjournment? I make a motion. I'll second it. Let's adjourn.
Okay?